The year I graduated from college, I managed to land a well-paying job in a company with an excellent environment. Because I was passionate about what I was doing, I worked exceptionally hard. Coupled with my enthusiasm and generosity, it wasn't long before I joined the company and won the praise of customers. I was also appreciated by Kim Min-kok-shwon. Kim Min-kok-shwon was a manager of the department and was very kind to me. However, he was my immediate boss, only 4 years older than me. But his business ability was extremely strong, capable, talented, mature, and sophisticated. It didn't take long for me to work under him before I couldn't help but develop a deep admiration for him. With a woman's intuition, I detected, in the way he looked at me, another special meaning beyond appreciation. He often seemed natural and just right when patting me on the shoulder or back and saying a few intimate words to the point. Whenever this happened, I would always blush and my heart would race, becoming a complete mess in an instant. The occasional eye contact between us would make me feel a strange warmth. At work, he always helped me seamlessly. His every move was engraved in my mind. It was always effortless and very natural. To be honest, I liked Kim Min-kok-shwon, but reason told me I couldn't get involved with him. But the more I tried to stay away, the more uncomfortable I felt. One night, due to a business matter, the entire office was working overtime to treat everyone. He ordered takeout. I happily took my share and was about to start eating when he texted me. I don't like to eat these Western foods. Would you like to accompany me to eat grilled fish after work? I texted back without hesitation, yes. After work that night, we left as if we were on a covert mission and then met at the next stop on the road. I just found it amusing because I believed nothing extraordinary would happen between us. That night, we had a drink together. He was still the same as usual, chatting about interesting people and things, just like a friendly gathering. Later, we returned to the company together. Before I had a chance to turn on the lights, he hugged me and began kissing me. We slowly moved to the desk, and he pressed me against it. My body reacted intensely. Soon, he entered my body. Two lonely souls engaged in a wild frenzy. Since then, we often met privately. Sometimes we ate out. Sometimes we went clubbing. Occasionally, we held hands while crossing the street. Sometimes, he would make inappropriate moves, but I cleverly avoided them. Sometimes, when we were on a date, he would jokingly ask, "Beauty, would you like to go to the hotel with me?" Every time, I would give him a punch, and he would always have a mischievous smile on his face. If the relationship between me and Kim Min-kok-shwon had remained like this, I would always have felt fine. We were like each other's confidants, caring for and appreciating each other, a little ambiguous yet maintaining a certain distance. The change occurred at the beginning of the year. A female college student named Lin Shuk-sin, who was about to graduate, joined the office. Lin Shuk-sin was very smart and good-looking because she was still on probation. She worked extremely hard and was open to advice from every colleague. Soon, everyone thought this little girl was highly capable and had potential. As for whether she could become a regular employee of the company, Kim Min-kok-shwon had the final say. Therefore, she always deliberately flattered Kim Min-kok-shwon. I learned that Kim Min-kok-shwon loved to eat handmade sweet potato flour skin. she specially asked someone to bring a bag from her hometown. Kim Min-kok Showon was very focused on his work and sometimes wouldn't drink water the entire morning. Every time she fetched water, she would ask him if he wanted some, but in the office to avoid suspicion, I wouldn't do such a thing. Once Kim Min-kok Showon casually mentioned that her school was nearby and there was a shop where the tofu brain was delicious. The next morning, she brought a bowl to work, still steaming, and it was obvious she had brought it especially soon. Kim Min-kok Showon looked at her differently. She was often mentioned in front of me, praised by him for being clever, sensible, and diligent. There was a sense of pride in his words as a mature man being adored by a young girl. I felt a little uncomfortable but didn't show it, lest I seemed petty. It was raining one day, and Kim Min-kok Showon learned that Lim Shuk-sin didn't bring an umbrella and lent her his without hesitation. I couldn't control my emotions and immediately sent a text message to Kim Min-kok Showon. I didn't bring an umbrella either. Why bother with a little girl? He replied, little girl, she's just a few years younger than me. Am I getting old? I was angry and jealous. A few weeks later, the company's employees went on a spring outing in batches. Kim Min-kok Showon was separated from me for the first time and grouped with Lim Shuk-sin. At that moment, my first instinct was to ask him why, but then I thought, what qualifications did I have? Except for those ambiguous moments, there was nothing between me and him. After the spring outing, I heard rumors that they had a special relationship. After enduring it for a week, I couldn't sit still anymore. I called and asked Kim Min-kok Showon to come out and asked him directly what was going on with Lim Shuk-sin. You know what type I like. It's just that she took the initiative to show favor to me. I don't want to be too indifferent to her. He smiled and answered me seriously. For some reason, I was suddenly nervous at that moment. It felt like something that belonged to me was about to be snatched away. Thus, when he behaved too intimately towards me, I didn't push him away as I used to. After that, in order not to upset me, Kim Min-kok Showon deliberately kept his distance from Lim Shuk-sin. Several times, Lim Shuk-sin offered to give him a ride, but he politely refused. Whenever this happened, I was secretly proud, and my date with Kim Min-kok Showon became more frequent. There was one night when he suggested going to the hotel, and I didn't refuse, and this kind of thing happened for the first time and then the second time. Our relationship was like a runaway car that I couldn't stop. Kim Min-kok Showon was a very emotional person. It was always very romantic when we were alone, but after each time, I regretted it again, feeling guilty and thinking that such a relationship shouldn't have happened. I would even miss those 4 years of ambiguity and purity.